How's it going, you sexy beasts? If you're unaware of what went down this weekend, Major League Gaming had its big event go on over in Anaheim, California, and Planetside 2 held a rather big presence there. With that, we've had a bit of discussion of the Planetside 2 Battle Islands, which the very first iteration of it being shown was the Nexus. Also, Mr. Adam Clegg sat down with Margaret Crone to discuss some upcoming changes to both infantry combat and the Infiltrator class. Some pretty awesome stuff, and whether or not you're striving to become a professional player, both will be awesome additions to the game. So, in regards to the Battle Islands, these are being designed with esports in mind, meaning competitive players for a competitive scene to be brought into Planetside 2 and eventually into the ever-growing world of esports and Major League Gaming itself. These locations will be sectioned off from the open world of Araxis and be designed for two opposing teams to compete in a controlled environment. Within the Nexus, we have a total of 11 bases, which are comprised of 5 large outposts, 4 smaller outposts, and each team's home base facility. There are no maps available to show the actual scale of these or the layout, but going from the interview with Xander Kloss, we can assume the Nexus will be built with 3 lanes of combat in mind and have a lattice system set up from the start. All vehicles will be available within the Battle Islands and can be spawned from any outpost save for a galaxy. The Galaxy airship can only be spawned from the warp gates within the Battle Islands. Currently, there's no statement on how player inventory will be handled within the Battle Islands themselves, but going straight off of assumptions, upon stepping into the Battle Islands, everything will probably be unlocked right from the get-go. It wouldn't make sense to have a battle rank 13 guy step into a battlefield against someone who has hit battle rank 100 and has every certification maxed out. Battle Islands are 48 player versus 48 player locations, but are only going to be for 2 different teams. 3-way battles will still remain within the open world of Araxis, but not within the Battle Islands themselves. Visuals of the Nexus look absolutely awesome, obviously taken from Esamir. Snow covers everything, and there's plenty of trees. Most outposts scattered around the Nexus are more intricate than they are currently implemented in Planetside 2. They're built within the environment, such as very large indoor infantry combat, spiked ground providing shields from air within ravines for outposts, or a crazy amount of trees to protect from tanks and other small arms fire. Leaderboards will be present within the Battle Islands, whether they determined who is able to compete against whom, or for sheer E-Pain strokage, who knows. Actual stats haven't been discussed, but they could just be for like the current awesome leaderboard that we have today. Does really nothing. The video playing in the background is the first showing of the Nexus, and I'll be posting the link in the description below. As more information is released for Battle Islands, I'll surely be covering it for you beautiful people. As for the video trailer itself, if you want me to do a trailer breakdown of it, just let me know in the comments below if you're confused on certain bits of it or not, and I'll try and cover it to help you guys out. Battle Islands aside, the next big thing in our sights is the Infiltrator class update, and Adam Clegg was kind enough to give us some insight on what's coming down the pipe. Decoy grenades will be available, which when thrown will create a weapon audio of your faction and light up opposing teams' minimaps from the origin of the decoy grenade itself. It's a pretty cool idea, but normally I just like the default grenade. I don't know about you guys, but I can't really stand EMP or the concussion grenades. I like killing stuff when I throw explodey things. So, a Stalker cloak is coming as well, which will act just like the current cloaking device, but can remain active while the user is standing, but will recharge the energy used for it while being still. This will be for advancing on enemies where you can run for a bit and drain your cloaking bar, then stop moving, and your cloaking bar will slowly recharge. It does come with a slight downside though, and the Infiltrator cannot use their primary weapon when this is equipped. Prepare for some Empire-specific secondary weapons, such as a new conglomerate shotgun pistol, coupled with the awesome Stalker cloak. It's going to be pretty awesome to see how well this comes into play. A lot of people have been rocking out Commissioner knife combos, is shot in the chest, knife, and drop them. So I can't wait to see how crazy the Stalker cloak is actually going to help them remain behind enemy lines. If you are tired of the recon detection device, then the upcoming motion sensor will be an awesome implementation. Imagine a squad spawn beacon. Now imagine about the half the size that will also detect enemies located nearby in real time while drawing up red dots on you and your team's minimap. This is probably referencing the tugs item from Recons and Battlefield 3. The motion sensor will act very similarly. Another suit slot certification will be available to infiltrators, which will highlight any type of thrown explosive, such as anti-tank mines, proximity mines, or C4 charges. The highlight will be through walls and will surely be a short range of probably 10 meters or so. Nothing else about that. Now, an aggressive infiltrator will be able to counter the stupid crap called proximity mines. As for aggressive infiltrators, we're going to be getting a straight pull bolt, yes, for our sniper rifles, which will allow snipers to continually fire their bolt action sniper rifles without having to exit and re-enter the scope to bolt a new round after every shot. Final awesome bitful infiltrators will have to be the Recon drone, accessible from the REK, which is an acronym for Recon Electronics Kit. This is going to be an infiltrator deployed drone used for visual reconnaissance. It could operate like the UAV from Battlefield 3, or it could have weapons attached to the drone itself. I'm assuming the drone will only be able to be used for spotting enemies, or be used for some awesome cinematic shots for people without access to the observer cam. Hint hint, wink wink. As for the distance to the drone, there will be a leash to where you won't be able to drag the drone across the map. Also, some more weapons will be coming to the infiltrator's hands, but none of them have been discussed or even hinted. One thing that was discussed about the recent stream that Adam was on was the possibility of having a Nanite Systems bolt action sniper rifle. That does sound pretty cool, and I'm sure it would look pretty awesome. Just imagining a white and black painted AWP from Counter-Strike. So there you have it, you sexy beast. If you had missed any of the Planetside 2 MLG Anaheim coverage, then hopefully this will help you catch up on the upcoming gameplay changes and to give you a little insight on what's coming through the pipe for Planetside 2. What do you guys think about the Nexus Battle Island? I'd have to say it looks awesome for some competitive gameplay, but seems like a cope to usher PS2 into esports, as opposed to helping iron out the current continental gameplay. Let me know what your opinions are in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys liked this video, and if you did, please give it a big-ass thumbs up. If you guys want to see more videos like this, then go ahead and subscribe. It's free!